This is what I'm going to make. I have this fiber mesh on top of metal mesh. And to get there, I've loaded a pastry bag with building adhesive. You know, when people are tying rebar for sidewalks and most concrete construction, they're not tying it this way. They're not spending as much time making wraps. But in my case, I want this thing to function like a weld before the concrete is surrounding it. It needs to be strong to support the mud, because I don't have any other form. This is the form. This is the support for the form. The essence of all of this sewing is to make the mesh suspended away from the rebar, so that I have a good distance away from the rebar to get good penetration around the rebar of the concrete that I'm going to place. The reason that I'm here is because it failed because it was trapping water, and anything I do here to make sure that it doesn't trap water around the steel is a bonus over where it was 100 years ago. So it could take, probably 10-15 minutes to get this all bent and tied in place. Let's see. I'm not a very good predictor of time. That's my problem. Well, it is not a problem. It's a problem. My problem? I don't know. So I'm applying this layer over the top of the metal mesh, and this is the layer that goes ahead of my sculpting layer. And I'm applying it to make sure that all of my metal is covered, so that when I do some sculpting to the next layer, there's no way I can get down and reveal any of the metal. This trick with the nail came to me by looking at some of these old pieces one day, and I was really puzzled over how the master was able to make this pattern so consistently inconsistent over 100 trees. And in the first few months I just didn't know how he did it, and I was puzzled over it and getting close enough to the product that everybody said, oh, this is great, just keep going. But I wasn't pleased with it enough, and I knew I had to find his trick. So one day I was keeping these pieces that come off of the old trees in my car, and I was looking at it, sitting at a light, turning it every which way, and I'm looking down the valley and I'm seeing this groove, and in that groove I see the pattern of a T shape. in this groove, there's this T shape right here, and it just told me right away that it was a nail. When I saw that pattern, I got a box of nails, it was game on. I had unlocked this 90-year-old secret.